ஆழ்வார் திருடிகளே சரணம், எம்பெருமானார் திருடிகளே சரணம், விளாஞ்சொலை பிள்ளை திருடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருடிகளே சரணம், பிள்ளைலோகம் ஜீயர் திருடிகளே சரணம். ஸ்ரீசைலேஷ தயாபாத்திரம் தீபக்தியாதி குணார்ணவம் யதீந்திர பிராணம் வந்தே ரம்ய ஜாமாதரமுனிம் ரம்ய ஜாமாத்ரி யோகீந்திர பாதரேகாமயம் சதா ததாயத்தாத்மஹத்தாதிம் ராமானுஜமுனிம் பஜே லக்ஷ்மீநாத சமாரம்பாம் நாதயாமுன மத்தியமாம் தஸ்மதாச்சாரிய பர்யந்தாம் வந்தே குரு பரம்பரா யோ நித்யமச்சுத பதாம்புஜோ யுக்மருக்ம व्यामोहतस्तदितराणि तृणायमेने अस्मद्गुरोर् भगवतोऽस्य दैकसिन्धोः रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये मातापिता योतयस्तनया विभूति सर्वं यदेव नियमेन मदन्वयानाम् आद्यस्य न कुलपतेरुकुलाभिरामं श्रीमत्तदङ्घ्रियुगलं प्रणमामि मूर्ध्ना भूतं सरश्च महदाह्वये भट्टनाथ श्रीभक्तिसार कुलशेखर योगिवाहान् भक्ताङ्ग्रिरेण परकालयतीन्द्रमिश्रान् श्रीमत्पराङ्कुशमुनिं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम्. வாழி நலந்திகள் நாரண தாதனருள் வாழியவன் அமுத வாய்மொழிகள் வாழியவே ஏறு திருடையான் எந்தை உலகாரியன் சொல் தேறு திருடையான் சீர். விளாஞ்சொலை பிள்ளை is a very dear disciple of lOkAchArya. He has composed 7 beautiful pAsurams which are collectively known as saptha kAdhai. Saptha Gatha literally means 7 songs. These 7 pAsurams are bringing out the essence of SrIvachana bhUshaNa Divyashastram. SrIvachana bhUshaNa Divyashastram is the magnum opus of piLLai. piLLai has mercifully given us so many wonderful granthams. Among those, this SrIvachana bhUshaNa Divyashastram is considered as the greatest one. In this SrIvachana bhUshaNa Divyashastram, in the final section, having Acharya as the ultimate upayam is elaborately explained. So Acharya being the ultimate means and Acharya being the ultimate goal is shown in this final section of SrIvachana bhUshaNa Divyashastram. Now this prabandham, this saptha kAdhai is bringing out the essence of that SrIvachana bhUshaNa Divyashastram. Is the audio fine now? Is it okay now? Okay, we will proceed. So this saptha gatha or saptha kAdhai is bringing out the essence of that final section of SrIvachana bhUshaNa Divyashastram, which is Acharya being the ultimate means and ultimate goal. In that we have enjoyed so far the Taniyan and the Avatarika introduction section in great detail, and subsequently we enjoyed the first pAsuram of this prabandham. Now we are going to move on to the second pAsuram. In the first pAsuram, விளாஞ்சொலை பிள்ளை explained அம்புநரங்கருக்கும் ஆவிக்கும் அந்தரங்க சம்பந்தம் காட்டி தடை காட்டி உம்பர் திவம் என்னும் வாழ்வுக்கு சேர்ந்த நெறி காட்டும் அவனன்றோ ஆச்சாரியன். First, in this first pAsuram, viLAnjOlaip is highlighting who is an Acharya. It's very important for us to understand who is an Acharya. For that, the explanation given by viLAnjOlaip is the one who teaches us Artha Panchakam in a very precise manner, in a very detailed manner. That person is Acharya. Usually we see that Artha Panchakam is the essence of Rahasya Trayam. That is Tirumantram, Dvayamahamantram, Charamashloka. In that Tirumantram is the Mula Mantram, and that Mula Mantram itself is bringing out Artha Panchakam. Artha Panchakam means the 5 principles, that is Paramatma Swarupam, Jivatma Swarupam, Upaya Swarupam, Upeya Swarupam, and Virodhi Swarupam. Who is Paramatma? What are his natures? Who is Jivatma? What are his natures? So Paramatma is Supreme Lord, Bhagavan, Sriman Narayana. Jivatma is all of us. We are all Jivatmas, every one of us. Whoever is having consciousness, that entity is Jivatma. And then showing the relationship between Jivatma and Paramatma. That is, Jivatma is eternally subservient to Paramatma. So it's part of understanding who is Jivatma and who is Paramatma. That Jivatma is the servitor, Paramatma is the leader or the Lord. And then we have to understand the Upayam. That is, what is the means for the Jivatma to attain Paramatma. That is the means, the process. That we have to understand. That is the Upaya Swarupam, the true nature of Upayam. And then Upeya Swarupam. What do we do after reaching Bhagavan? We have to do Kaikaryam. So Upayam is, Bhagavan is the Upayam. We can reach Bhagavan through Bhagavan only, by Bhagavan's mercy only. And then after attaining Bhagavan, what are we going to do? We are going to do Kaikaryam, service to Bhagavan. And finally, what is the Virodhi? What are the hurdles which are stopping us from attaining Him? See, we are always subservient to Bhagavan. Bhagavan is Paramatma, we are all Jivatmas. We know that Bhagavan's mercy is the Upayam, and we know that Bhagavan's rendering Kaikaryam to Bhagavan is the Upayam. We know this. But still, we have not reached Him. We have not attained Him. What is the reason for that? What is the reason for non-attainment of Bhagavan? That is Prakriti Sambandham. That is, we are still bound in this samsara. Yet because of this, we have not reached Bhagavan. So that is Virodhi, hurdles. This samsara is the hurdle for us. Once we are free from samsara, then we can attain Him easily. That is what is known as moksham, mukti. So for that attainment of moksham or mukti, where we can perform eternal Kaikaryam to Bhagavan, the hurdles for us to get that state, reach that state, is this samsara sambandham, that is connection with Prakriti, this body, for example. So having clear knowledge about these 5 things, that is Artha Panchakam, and the one who teaches these 5 principles very clearly, that person is Acharya. says viLAnjOlaip in the first pasuram. So we have seen that in the previous session. Now we are going on to enjoy next pasuram, second pasuram. அஞ்சு பொருளும் அளித்தவன் பால் அன்பிலார் நஞ்சில் மிகக் கொடியர் தாம் சொன்னோம் நஞ்சுதான் ஊனை முடிக்கும் அது உயிரை முடிக்கும் என்று ஈனவிலார் சொன்னார் இவை. In the next pasuram, second pasuram, viLAnjOlaip is highlighting that for those who don't have love towards Acharya who has given them the Artha Panchakam, the 5 principles, if they don't have love towards such Acharya, then I declare that they are more cruel than poison. And when we ask viLAnjOlaip, why are you saying like that? Why are they more cruel than poison? For that, viLAnjOlaip is saying, poison will only destroy this body, but not having love towards Acharya will destroy this Atma. That is, this Atma will become useless. Without that love towards Acharya, this Atma will become useless. That is what is known as destruction for the Atma. So, that is the simple explanation for this pasuram. Let us see the word by word meanings first. Anju porulum, that is Artha Panchakam, which includes Swaswarupam, that is true nature of self, Paraswarupam, true nature about Bhagavan, true nature of Bhagavan, then Purushartha Swarupam, that is true nature of the goal to be attained. And then fourth is Upaya Swarupam, the true nature of the means to attain him. And finally Virodhi Swarupam, the true nature of the hurdles which we are facing, which are stopping us from attaining Bhagavan. So these are the 5 principles which we have to know. Anju Porul, that is 5 principles. Alittavan Paal, towards Acharya who mercifully gave us these principles out of his great mercy. Because usually in the case of an Acharya, we have to go and serve the Acharya for a long duration, satisfy the Acharya, and then only the Acharya will give instructions about spiritual matters, subject matters, about Bhagavan, about self and so on. But here, in our case, the Acharyas are giving these instructions out of their great mercy without any expectation from our side. So, towards such Acharya, Anbilar, one who lacks love, one who doesn't have any affection, total devotion towards such Acharya, Nanjil, more than poison, Miga Kodiyar, they are very cruel. They are more cruel than poison. To make everyone understand this principle, here viLAnjOlaip is saying, Nam, we who are well focused on the principles which are mercifully revealed by lOkAchArya, Swannom, spoke as the most valuable instruction. So here viLAnjOlaip is saying, Nam Swannom, that means I, who am a very dedicated disciple of lOkAchArya, who has learned directly from him, are speaking this most valuable instruction. Now, when asked how can you say this? How can you say that those who don't have love towards their acharyas are more cruel than poison? How can you say that? For that, viLAnjOlaip is answering, Nanjudan, poison will finish a person. Unai. Un means body, which is temporary, which is filled with flesh. Mudikum will destroy. Poison will destroy the body of an individual. an Atma. Adu. Now, this person who lacks love towards Acharyan, such person, Uyirai, the eternal Atma, who is filled with knowledge, Mudikum, one who destroys. So, the person who does not have affection, great affection towards Acharya, for them that aspect will itself destroy the Atma. Yendri Ivai, such principle, this understanding is shown by Enamilar. Enamilar means those who have no shortcomings, those who have no limitations. Our Purvacharyas, who don't have any lack, any defect of lacking in love towards Acharya. Our Acharyas, Purvacharyas, were fully devoted to their Acharyas. For example, Ramanujacharya was greatly surrendered to his Acharyas, 5 Acharyas, Periya Nambi, Tirukottur Nambi, Tirumalai, Periya Tirumalai Nambi, Tirumalai Andan, Alvar Tiruvaranga Perumal Arayar. Bhagavad Ramanuja was equally loving towards each of his Acharyas. Every Acharyas are like that in our Sampradaya. And those Acharyas who have no shortcomings, no defect, they have explained this. That is why I am also, being their ardent follower, I am also telling the same thing, says lOkAchArya in this, viLAnjOlaip in this pasuram. Let us see some important aspects from the commentary. Acharya is the person who gives knowledge. We've already seen Guru, the Shabdam word Guru means the one who eliminates ignorance. Acharya means one who understands Shastram from elders, one who practices what is told in Shastram, and then one turns around and teaches the same and reforms others. So that is the real definition of an Acharya. If a person does not fit this definition, then that person cannot be called as an Acharya. So that Acharya is a great benefactor. He is known as Piran. Piran means great benefactor, one who helps a lot. And as a gratitude towards such Acharya who is teaching such valuable knowledge, it is said in Shastram that the disciple should have great love towards Acharya. It is ordained. It is not optional. It is not, if we have good love towards Acharya, that is good. Otherwise it is okay. It's not like that. It is compulsory that one must have love towards the Acharya, especially the one who teaches Artha Panchakam in very clear terms. We see in Mumukshupadi, Mantrathilum, Mantrathukullidana Vastuvilum, Mantra Pradhanana, Acharyan Pakkalilum, Premam Ganaka Undanal Karyakaravamadhi. If a mantra has to succeed for an individual, he has to have love towards the mantram, love towards the object of that mantram, who is the devata who is being addressed in the mantram, and then the one who reveals that mantram to the individual, to the disciple. So one should have love towards all 3 aspects. And also it is said in Thiruvaimudi, Ariyadana Arivitta Atta, Ni Seidana Adiyen Ariyene. Bhagavan is talking about, Alvar is talking about Bhagavan as the one who gave the knowledge which were previously unknown to him. So whatever you have done, I don't know what you have done. You have done a great favor. So from these also we have to understand the great favor done by Acharya. Again, Thiruvaimozhi, Alvar is saying, Ennai Teemanam Kedutthai, Maruvitholum Maname Thanthai. You have eliminated my bad mind, bad heart. You have bestowed me with a heart which is always worshipping you. So here, because Alvar's Acharya is directly Bhagavan, hence Alvar is having such gratitude towards Bhagavan, and he is glorifying Bhagavan as the one who gave her knowledge. In Vishnu Dharmam it is said, Mantreta Devatayancha Tata Mantra Prade Gurau Trishu Bhakti Sadhakarya Sahi Pratama Sadhanam. So here it is said, one should be very devoted to the mantram, one should be devoted to the Devata of the mantram, one should be devoted to the Acharya who revealed the mantram. This devotion towards all three aspects will help one reach Bhagavan easily. A person, a disciple who does not have such great love is more cruel than poison. Poison because poison only destroys the body, which is temporary. But when came in contact, the poison will destroy the body. But the Atma will be destroyed when the Atma does not have love towards such Acharya. So that is the introduction, that is the theme of this pasuram. Let us see the commentary. Anjuparulum, those who lack towards Acharya, who had taught Artha Panchakam. Artha Panchakam is Jivatma Swarupam, Paramatma Swarupam, Upaya Swarupam, Upaya Swarupam, Virodhi Swarupam. These five principles are clearly present in Thiruvaimozhi itself. மிக்க இறைநிலையும் மெய்யாம் உயிர்நிலையும் தக்கநெறியும் தடையாகி தொக்கியலும் ஊழ்வினையும் வாழ்வினையும் மோதும் திருகையர்கோன் யாழ்நிசை வேதத்தியல். So the Bhagavan is Paramatma Swarupam to be understood. Mikka Irannilayum, Meyyam Uirnilayum, the true nature of self. Takkaneriyum, the upayam. Valvinayum, the goal of attaining Bhagavan and serving him. And then Tadai, that is the hurdles which are there to reach him. These five principles, they are all shown in Thiruvaimozhi and other prabandhams. And these five principles are most important for us to understand. If the Acharya doesn't instruct Artha Panchakam, let's say there is an Acharya, but he doesn't instruct Artha Panchakam, then one may not have love towards that Acharya, because his Acharya is not fulfilling his duty, basic duty. But Acharyas are always willing to teach and guide. So how can one not have love towards such Acharya? In Harita Smriti, it is said about the five aspects. That is Prapyasya Brahmano Rupam, Praptuscha Pratyakatmanaha, Prapyukayam Palam Praptes Tata Prapti Virodisha, Vadanti Sakala Vedaha, Setihasa Puranakaha, Munayascha Mahatmano Veda Vedartha Vedinaha. In this shlokam, in Harita Smriti, the Artha Panchakam is shown. And it is said that all Vedams, together with Itihasas, Puranas, and the great sages, they all know and reveal the most important aspect, which is the Artha Panchakam. So we saw already that Harita Smriti Shlokam previously in the previous session also. So as said in Harita Smriti, viLAnjOlaip is instructing that only the Acharya who teaches Artha Panchakam is most important for us. And for such Acharya, we should have gratitude and devotion and love towards such Acharya. So, Anji Porulum, Alittavan, the Acharya who granted that knowledge, Tadvidhi Pranipatena Pariprashnena Sevaya Upadekshanti Te Jnanam Jnaninas Tattvadarshanaha, says Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavan himself says, first one has to serve the Acharya, and then being pleased with the disciple, Acharya will ask, what do you need? And then one has to ask questions and get the answers. But instead of waiting like that, Acharyas are so merciful that they are voluntarily giving this knowledge. It is said in many pAsurams, Guru Kalukka Anukularaya, one has to remain favorable towards Acharyas. And then Payanandragilum, Pangalagilum. Even though in Pandanu Chiritambu it is said by Madarkavi Alvar, even though we are not having any benefit and we are also not qualified, still Bhagavan is seeing the goodness in Acharya is seeing the goodness in the disciple, and Acharya is reforming the Shishya. So these are all shown for Adittavan, that is one who mercifully grants this knowledge. Even if one doesn't show full servitude and full service towards the Acharya is still willing to guide. Especially Kripamatra Prasannacharyas, all Acharyas after Bhagavad Ramanuja, they are also merciful that they give the knowledge so freely to everyone. Unbilar, if a person doesn't have love towards such Acharya, and this is mandatory, compulsory for the disciple to have love towards Acharya. It is not something optional. In Upadesha Rachanamalai, Manavada Mamnagal says, Gurukal tam padatte vayum anbudannai in the manilati. You place your love towards Acharya who is guiding you, who is eliminating your ignorance. So you have to place your love at the lotus feet of such Acharya. It is ordained, it is not optional. Everyone has to have Acharya Bhakti and should serve the Acharya. So one should serve Acharya in that manner. One should have great love towards Acharya in this manner. And what if a person does not do it? Then it is explained what is their state. What is the state of those who don't have great love towards Acharya? They are said to be Nanjil Migakodiya. They are more poisonous than poison itself. They are more cruel, worse than poison itself. That is because poison is only destroying the body, but this lack of love towards Acharya is destroying the self itself. And when we asked, how do we know this? viLAnjOlaip is saying, Nam Sonnam, I who have learnt from lOkAchArya directly, along with so many other granthams, I have this understanding, this clear understanding. So, I am telling you this on behalf of our Purvacharyas. So, Nam Sonnam, those who have studied under lOkAchArya, those who have studied under Purakulottamadasa, that is, viLAnjOlaip is highlighting the greatness of his Acharya, lOkAchArya, and saying us. When he is saying us, it means all the disciples of lOkAchArya, such as Purakulottamadasa, Thiru Kannangudi Pillai, Thiru Putkudi Jiyar, and many other Acharyas. They are all disciples of lOkAchArya. He says, we collectively are saying that those who are having no love towards Acharya are more cruel than poison itself. Because poison only destroys the body, and these people will destroy the self. So no. It is said that whatever elders say, great people, whenever they speak, that will become knowledge for us, as good as what is available in Shastram. So here we are telling, viLAnjOlaip is saying, we are telling. And what is the basis for you? What is the bad nature of poison? What is the bad nature of this aspect of not having love towards Acharya? For that, viLAnjOlaip is saying, Nanjudan unai mudikum, அது உயிரை முடிக்கும் என்று ஈனவிலார் சொன்னார் இவை. Those who don't have any shortcomings, they have also told the same thing. I am following just what our elders, our purvacharyas have said. Nanjudan unai mudikum. Un means flesh, this body. So nanju, poison will finish this body. This body is made of flesh, blood, bones and so on. So poison will finish that. But this lack of love will finish Atma himself. So Nanjudan unai mudikum, adu uyirai mudikum. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says, Shipami, I will punish them, those who are having demoniac nature, I will punish them totally. And in Varaha Puranam, Bhagavan is saying, Nakshamami, I will not forgive. Those who are doing more and more mistakes, I will not forgive. Nanjudan unai mudikum, adu uyirai mudikum. So poison will just finish the body, but this lack of love towards Acharya will completely destroy the Atma himself. And this is told by not just us, Eenavilar, those who don't have any shortcoming. All the Purvacharyas, starting from Periyaperumal up to lOkAchArya, they have all told the same thing. Because viLAnjOlaip is singing this pasuram and saying up to lOkAchArya. So all of them have given the same instructions, saying viLAnjOlaip in this pasuram, that is second pasuram. Now we will see next third pasuram. We are going not full details, but to some extent we are covering the concepts. In the third pasuram, we see Partha Guruvin alavil parivindri சீர்த்தமிகு ஞானமெல்லாம் சேர்ந்தாலும் கார்த்த கடல் மண்ணின் மேல் துன்புற்று மங்குமே தேங்காமல் நன்னுமே கீழா நரகு. This is the next pasuram. In the previous pasuram, it is said that those who lack love and devotion towards Acharya will be destroyed. Atma itself will be destroyed. But here, in this third pasuram, it is said, a question is asked and then answer is given. Let's say there is a person who has understood Shastram very well, Artha Panchakam and all of that. But he has not shown great love towards his Acharya. So the person has deep knowledge, but he doesn't have love towards Acharya. What will happen to that person? For that, viLAnjOlaip is saying that they will suffer in this world and they will go further down into hell, into samsara only. So that is what is explained in this pasuram. Partha Guruvin alavil parivindri சீர்த்தமிகு ஞானமெல்லாம் சேர்ந்தாலும் கார்த்த கடல் மண்ணின் மேல் துன்புற்று மங்குமே தேங்காமல் நன்னுமே கீழா நரகு. Partha Guruvin alavil parivindri. Partha Guru means Let us see the word by word meaning. Partha, one who mercifully glanced through his instructions. Guruvin alavil, towards Acharya who blessed us, who showered us mercy by giving this Arthapanchaka Jnanam. So towards that Acharyan, Parivintri, if one remains without love, feels being heavy due to truly informing about Shiyapati. Mig, best, Jnanam ellam, all knowledge, even if one has that true knowledge, Serndalam, though one is having without any shortage. So a person is there, he has no shortage in knowledge. Still, if that person, Karta Kadal means dark ocean. Kar means dark, Kadal means ocean. So Karta Kadal means this ocean which surrounds the world, Mannin Mel, on the earth, which is on the floors of on the banks of the ocean. This earth is surrounded by the ocean, and that on that earth, Tulbut, one will experience great sorrows, and then Mangum will die. So if one has great knowledge but one doesn't have devotion towards Acharya, then one will experience countless sorrows in this world itself, which is surrounded by ocean, and then will die. So that person, even though he has great knowledge, but because he doesn't have Acharya Sambandham, he will die subsequently. Kiram Naraj, after that he will still go down further, inferior, due to experiencing of the great sorrows. That Naraj, Kiram Naraj, hell. Tengamal, without a break, without any break, none, one will reach and experience more suffering, says viLAnjOlaip in this pasuram. So, when one does not have love towards the Acharya who has given Arthapanchaka Jnanam, and then one may have great knowledge, but if he doesn't have love towards Acharya, then he will suffer in this world, he will die at some point, and then he will also go further into the lowly planets, that is Narakam, that is hellish planets, and he will suffer there also, says viLAnjOlaip in this pasuram. Commentary is not very big. Let us see the brief highlights of this commentary. Partha Guruvin alavil, the one who is so soft-hearted and who was abandoned even by Sarveshwara. Sarveshwara, Bhagavan, is trying to catch all the Atmas, but even that Atmas, even those Atmas who is having hard-hearted nature and was even abandoned by Sarveshwara, those persons were shown love by Acharya and they were given divine instructions, divine knowledge. So even those who were abandoned by Bhagavan, that these possible cannot be reformed, they are taken by the Acharyas out of their own grace, and by their blessings, by their grace, they are reforming people. In pAsurams, this is explained. Kalam endrum kanamai kanum karuttar. Acharyas bless without seeking any benefits, without any return benefits. That is how Acharyas are teaching. So such Acharya, Partha Guru, that is one Acharya who has shown us the truth. Partha Guru, Guruvin Alavil, on the matter of that Acharya, on the matter of that Guru, Parivindri. Parivindri means not having any love. Again, this is ordained. Tanguruvin Thalnivil Tannil Anbu Ondri Illada. The Acharya should be loved by constantly served by disciples, those who have been reformed by the Acharya. But they are not having that love. Parivi Indri, that means not having such love towards Acharya, but they are knowledgeable. When asked, though he lacks love towards Acharya, why can't he be liberated with his distinguished knowledge? Because he has knowledge, why can't he be liberated? And asked that, for that, viLAnjOlaip is saying, Sirtha Migignanam Yellam Serdalum. Even the heaviest knowledge about Bhagavan, all of that are gathered together. Even if that is done, Kartha Kadal Mannin Mel Tunbutru Mangume Kiram Naragu. Those who lack love towards Acharya on this earth, which is surrounded by ocean, which appears dark like cloud due to the abundance of water. The ocean is looking very dark in the night because of abundance of water. So, for those who don't understand love towards such Acharya, as said in Thiruvaimozhi 8.5.11, Inge Kana Ipparappe Magilvar, as said in that pasuram, for some immense good or bad deeds, the result will be immediately attained in this world itself. Similarly, if someone doesn't have love towards Acharya, then that person will just die in this samsara and go to hellish planets also subsequently. Tunbutru, after being in sorrow in this world, after that they will further go and suffer in hell also. Tunbutru Mangume. So they will suffer in this world first, without any knowledge about Adhyatmika, Adibhautika, Adidaivika, the three types of troubles which we get. So without all of that, Mangume, Tunbutru, having great sorrow, that will be destroyed. When asked, though he is suffering in this world in this manner, at least will he remain happy in the next life? For that, Tengaman Nannume Kiram Naragu. Here, viLAnjOlaip is saying, no, he will never be happy anywhere. Once failing from the blessings of Acharya, still not utilizing it and not serving the Acharya, failing in that, they will go down subsequently to hellish planets, having a Yatana Shariram. Yatana Shariram means the body which gets beaten and still sustains. That is Yatana Shariram. So, instead of remaining in this world, even if one is suffering for some time, maybe one may think that there will be some joy. But no, if one doesn't have love towards Acharya, then one has to suffer in hellish planets. Says viLAnjOlaip, Tengaman Nannume Kiram Naragu. They will go to hellish planets because of lack of love towards Acharya. We may be surprised to hear these things. one must first understand that Acharya is the one who gives Artha Panchaka Jnanam, and then one has to have devotion towards Acharya. So, having all of this, which are shown in many Shastrams, that is Tengamal Nannume Kiram Naraga, for that the Panchagni Vidya is explained in the commentary a little bit. Panchagni Vidya is the process through which Bhagavan creates this world. First he creates up to Panchabhutams, and then he mixes the Panchabhutams, and then he is giving body to everyone. And this Panchagni Vidya is explained in Chandogya Upanishad. That is, a person after leaving this body, he will be hanging on the sky, seeking new bodies. At that time, the sky's rays will take that and lead the Atmas to cloud. And then from the cloud, it will rain down as water, and then it goes into the ground, where the water will reach paddy, and then from there the paddy, it goes into the male body, and then from there the Atma goes into a female body. If everything succeeds, then one will be finally attaining a next birth. For that there is so much process is there. So this process of Atmas getting another body is explained here, because even before that, getting another body, one will suffer in hell also, and then one will come. One will go to the hell also subsequently. Says in this pasuram, viLAnjOlaip says in this pasuram. So, Partha Guruvin Adavil Parivinni, Sirthamige Jnanamellam Serndanum. Here, Serndanum is said. Serndanum means if one attains great knowledge. It is not easy to attain great knowledge, but if one attains great knowledge on the true Acharya who has blessed him, Sirthamige Jnanam Ellam Serndanum. Even if one attains all the knowledge, heavy, in-depth knowledge, Kartha Kadal Mannin Mel Tunbutru Mangume Tengamal Nannume Kira Naragu. So without staying here, one will go to the hellish planets also, says viLAnjOlaip in this pasuram. We will continue on with the next set of pasurams in the next session. Alvar Thirudigale Sharanam, Emperumanar Thirudigale Sharanam, viLAnjOlaip Thirudigale Sharanam, Jiyar Thirudigale Sharanam, Jiyar Thirudigale Sharanam.
KOIL.org has published a variety of SrIvachana Sampradayam books in different languages. A wide range of books covering different topics from absolute beginners to advanced level knowledge seekers are available at books.koil.org. Books can be ordered via email koil.org@gmail.com or WhatsApp. For details, please contact mobile numbers 8220-151966, 9600-595273